incredible scenes as the Nkuhumas fight over what little is left of the buffalo carcass. It was a tiny buffalo, or young buffalo, probably about a year old, which means that there's not much meat between 6 hungry adult lions and 8 little cubs. I think one cub has got the right idea. Oh, there's still a lot of aggression between these lionesses. So obviously they haven't had much time to actually feed on this kill. And Mark, I think it's a combination of things. I think they're growling more because it is a smaller kill, yes. I think that is part of the reason. I also don't think they had access to much of the kill initially. I think the male probably chased them off and ate most of it, just judging by normal male behavior. And perhaps they'd actually only just got a chance to feed or just before we arrived. But you are right, there's less, because it's a smaller kill, there's less space between the lionesses, and therefore they're angrier with each other as they start to feed, because they are more in each other's personal space. Little cub, that is not the place I'd choose to be with an angry lioness, although I suppose she's not my mom. It's a different sort of approach. This little cub's just bored now. Wants to play more than anything else. You can see them munching away. Now what I did want to show you, there you go, you can see it was a young buffalo. Just the whole picture of this scene in its entirety. Young buffalo, the male at the back. Oh, all of a sudden they're all up and moving. Ellen in Arkansas, I think I've got the gist of your question. I apologize, my ability to hear things at the moment, hear your questions, is not great, so do forgive me if I get it wrong or if I get your name wrong. I'm not doing it intentionally. I know, of course, Ellen from Arkansas. Ellen's name I know, but just for all future questions, if I do get it wrong, oh cute, I do apologize. Aww. Now, Ellen, yes, I think there's a very good chance that this buffalo and the one that was chasing the lioness come from the same herd. As to whether or not they are directly related, it is possible. It is a young buffalo, and there is a chance, we've seen it before, where mothers come to defend their calves. Oh, one goes and then the other. Like father, like son, or daughter. I think that's one of the little girls, actually. Like father, like daughter. What a beautiful picture. So, Ellen, it's possible. Might have been a buffalo coming back to try and defend the calf. Buffalo very often fight back. Baring those fierce teeth. Aren't they terrifying? But of course, we will never know for sure in terms of this poor buffalo's history. It just goes to show. We always talk about the fact that on a hot day, lions are not going to be up to much. The Nkuhumas continue to prove us wrong about that again and again. This is not the first time they've hunted in the middle of the day, the hottest time of the day, especially when there's this amount of wind, which is exceptionally helpful in terms of keeping them going. What an incredible scene. I find it incredible how the little cubs bravely growl back at their mothers or at their aunts whenever they're feeding like this. I always find it astounding that they have that instinct to be so brazen, and that I suppose at the same time also that knowledge that although there's lots of growling and lots of anger, it's not really going to hurt them in a big way, and that they're going to have to learn to fight for their place at the kill, or they'll never get anything to eat. I find that fascinating, that instinct is there from the moment they start joining in with the pride's kills. Still can't believe how big the cubs have got. Another big yawn from the male. Often, there we go. Those yawns are a prelude to getting up. Wonder where he's getting, if he's going to move though, or if he's just going to stop and have a quick scratch behind the ear. Oh, go on to the female. She's got a nasty injury. Oh, it's not the female, it's a cub. Now hold on, before we get too worried about this, I think this is mostly blood, but that looks like it was a nasty scratch from that's happened to that little cub. Oh, here we go. Always slightly more aggression when the male and females are involved. He's much more tolerant of the cubs than he is of the females. Sorry, that's a nasty injury on the little cub. I'm trying to work out if that's just blood or if that is... I think it is just a little bit of blood. It probably has a nick or a scratch that bled quite a lot and has dampened the fur, and it makes it look... So that's not all raw skin. See how much more aggressive he is with the females rather than the males? Oh, sorry, the females rather than the cubs. That sentence makes much more sense. And that's because they're in direct... Oh, smack! Jilly in York was saying if the Birmingham boys fathered both sets of cubs, why did one pride suffer and the other did not? And I assume you mean suffered from mange, as the Styx cubs did. It could be for any particular reason. One, it might actually be, oh, one of those cubs is going to get a smack soon because they've got the best feeding spot. Look how tolerant he is with them. It's amazing. The lionesses were not allowed near that carcass. Oh look, it's got blood on both sides. Maybe it's just blood from the buffalo. It could be. Sorry, Jilly. My thoughts all over the place at the moment. Jilly, it could be that the Styx are genetically predisposed to be more vulnerable. It might be that they have slightly weakened immune systems. We've often spoken about the fact that we thought that at least one of them was a carrier of TB or tuberculosis. It could also be that the Styx didn't get it from one of the Birmingham boys. They could have. In fact, there's a distinct possibility, but we don't know exactly what it was. They might have got unlucky enough to sit in the wrong patch of soil and picked it up. Personally, I think there might be a slight genetic lack of resistance to the mange itself that might have made them slightly more vulnerable, but I won't ever be able to prove that, and I won't ever know that for sure. I'm still not entirely convinced this is mange on the male. It's possible, but have we actually confirmed that? I don't think we have. There's some disagreement about what it might be. So I don't necessarily think the Birmingham boys are responsible for the mange that the Styx cubs got, in contrast